So when there is a discrepancy between gender and sex, that is where the term gender dysphoria comes.
Once they are coming to me for surgery, irreversible things will happen.
So when a person comes to us, we have to see whether he or she is really suffering from that gender dysphoria or they are doing it for some other purpose. How do we see that? We track the journey since childhood. Number two, we see how the attire is. The person is saying that I am a male and he has long hairs like a girl. So we see those discrepancies. Then we observe what kind of pronoun that person is using, because pronoun is very important part of describing self. Then we like to corroborate that history from someone who is staying with that person either from the childhood or at least for the past 6 months. Because generally gender dysphoria starts from childhood only. Another way of checking is the photographs, because in photographs you will be able to see whether they have dressed up as which gender from childhood. So that is one part when we diagnose gender dysphoria.
Once they are coming to me for surgery, irreversible things will happen. You stop the hormone therapy, most of the things will reverse. Still they can reverse. So it comes in a domain of a mental health professional. Now they have given the clearance. Now the patient has whatever 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. It's in a domain of a mental health professional. So let's say transplant surgeries are, first of all, we have to remove the breast. This is scientific name is mastectomy. You can make a male-like features, you can give them a broad nose, strong jawline. So there is no limit. So for the basic is mastectomy and genital surgery. And let's go to trans women. Trans women means those going from male to female. In those basic physiological characteristics of what female has a breast. So they need breast implants because of the hormone, which is the female hormone. There is some development of natural breast also because accumulation of fat. Genital surgery is very important in them. We have to remove the penis and the testes are removed, which are the natural hormones, so that an artificial hormone can work better. And we have to do vaginoplasty. So these two surgeries are very important in trans women. And then, as I told you, there is no limit. Again, you can go for a hair removal in that time it's opposite. You have to do hair removal for beard and mustache, make them face little smaller, give them a thin nose, make them more beautiful so that they can more appear like a female.
See, certificate is basically a clearance that yes, you are suffering from gender dysphoria. Number two, and you are not suffering from any other mental health disorder. So that is generally done in 1 or 2 settings only. That can be done clinically also, and that can be done by the psychological assessment. Various scales are there by through also. Now gender dysphoria previously was considered a stable term. Now we consider it as a fluid. Like some people will have only top surgery, some people will like to only have hormone therapy, some people will like to go all the things, hormone surgery, laser therapy, voice change surgeries, or top surgery, bottom surgery. So for different things we have different certificates. Like for top surgery and hormone, we just have only one psychiatric. But for the down surgery, we require certificates from 2 psychiatrists.
In India, it's not only this transgender surgeries. If you ask me the age, even for the normal surgery also, the consenting age is 18 years. Now for the normal surgery, parents can give the consent. But in these types of surgery, it's your own decision because you are getting your sex changed. As soon as you are doing some genital surgery for someone, that is, you can never become a biological parent. In top surgery or mastectomy, yes, initial 24 hours you may experience pain as any other surgery, but over the 24 hour pain decreases. We give painkillers also. Patient is in the hospital, we don't discharge the patient, at least we keep it for 1 day, and we give painkillers also. So by next day people are up and about and moving around. So pain slowly decreases. Then every surgery has its own protocol. Like in mastectomy, we give binders, that is tight garments, so that skin adheres to the muscle and give a good contour. Similarly, if you ask me that uterus, ovaries and vagina removal, laparoscopic, so we do laparoscopic. So as such, there is no, so you need 2 to 3 weeks of rest basically, as any other female may require after uterus removal, so that body, that ligaments, everything heals properly. Otherwise, you may develop hernia. Similarly, phalloplasty is little critical surgery because it involves microsurgery. Microsurgery means I join vessels with a microscope. If you ask me, body requires at least minimum 3 months of duration between each surgery for complete recovery. So today is day 1. I have done mastectomy for the patient. We have to at least wait for 3 months. Then you can laparoscopic, uterus, ovaries and vagina can be removed. Okay, again wait for 3 months. Then penis reconstruction can be done. But after penis reconstruction, because we join the nerves, till the time there is no sensation in the reconstructed penis, we can put an implant. So duration again increases for 12 months. First of all, you should have in mind these surgeries are not important. A person who is gender dysphoric, his gender dysphoria may be satisfied even if a mental health professional certifies. Some people are satisfied, okay, now society is accepting me as in my role. Like again say we could talk about trans men, मेरे को आज से हर कोई boy बोलेगा तो मेरा gender dysphoria शांत हो गया. I don't need any surgery. Okay, some people say no, I can't I can't wear proper clothes because breasts are seen. You get a mastectomy done, top surgery done, mastectomy removed. So you can easily use a male toilet. Every male toilet has you can go inside and use a western toilet or Indian toilet. Nobody will ask you why you are going inside this for peeing inside. So it depends totally on that person at which level his gender dysphoria settles down. When the transgender person are coming to me, they should understand one thing, that their goals should be realistic. They see, it's okay, we know we are there to help you out, but we are not God actually, na. You are born in a, like whatever, like say if we talk about trans men, you are born in a female body. We will try our best to transform you, to give you best results, but you are born as a female, you have to accept that also.